Hey, it's yolandashoshana, Minister of Magic, Clairvoyant, Witch, and Seduction Alchemist, coming to you with a new weekly Oracle card reading. How you doing? I hope last week was fabulous. So let's close the door on that week, and now we're going to open up a new door to see what is in store for us. This week I am using the Vampyre deck because we are getting ready for a little bit of Halloween. But what I love about this deck is this deck really talks to us about darkness and helps us go into the light and look at the light that we have that's inside of us. Joining me this week is my crystal skull, Guadalupe, who I also call Loops. So I'm not going to ask a particular question. I'm just going to see what we need to know. So let's get this party started. This is for Monday and Tuesday. The first card is the moon. The moon is a very magical planet, I have to say. But what this card represents is the shadows, and the shadows that are around us, and us looking at the shadows, which actually represent our fears. What is it that is scaring the crap out of you? Is there something that's holding you back? It's time to acknowledge it, and it's time to deal with it. You do not have to be scared of anything, because the universe does have your back, and you have angels and guides ready, willing, and able at your side to help you accomplish everything that you need to do. So it's really time to grab a hold of those things that are causing you grief and stopping you from moving forward in your life. Sometimes we actually are scared of change, and you don't have to be. So really dig deep and ask yourself what it is that's kind of haunting you and creating that shadow in your life. And what is it? Why do you feel lost? And why do you feel like you're haunted by certain things and thoughts? Because that does not have to be real, because it's not real. There is a lot of greatness inside of you, ready, willing, and able to get out. But first, you have to face the crap that is haunting you, and you've got to deal with it. So let's see what we have for Wednesday, Thursday. Aha! I have skulls. That's what another thing I love about this deck is skulls, because you know I love skulls. Two of skulls. So what's interesting about this is that this card represents change and transformation. So you see how this is already going together? Change and transformation. So something inside of you wants to be kicked into gear. It wants the light bulb to be turned on. Flip the switch, as I like to say. Change and transformation. It's time for you to get those aha moments and allow those aha moments to really take you to where you're supposed to be, because they're there. Sometimes we fight our aha moments. We fight what we know to be the blaring truth. I like to say the blaring truth. Stop fighting the blaring truth and deal with it. And allow those changes and those shifts to come into your life. When you do, then the universe can help you. The universe can heal you. And that's when you step into your higher self. Your higher self wants to take place and wants to, be a part of your everyday existence. Are you going to allow that change and that shift to happen? That's the biggest question that I have for you this week. So let's see what we have toward the end of the week, which would be around Friday and Saturday. Oh, I like this card because it's kind of like the Raven. The Six of Knives. The Six of Knives. And I love this. Man, this reading is deep. The Six of Knives is also about that revelation and that change, and about those things that are about to really, really kick in to gear. And it's about your self-esteem, and it's about your optimism. So where do you want to be, and how happy do you want to be? This is where your mind and your spirit meet. This is about the messages and those ideas, and you increasing your powers and the development, and you stepping and shining into your own unique self. That's what this card is really about. So this whole reading is really about the shift and the thing that is holding you back. Because you know that quote that's the only thing to fear is fear itself. Don't fear the change, because the change is there for you. You gotta sometimes let go of the old to get to the new. So let's recap, because here is something fabulous for you. That thing that you've wanted is sitting right in front of you. The question is, what are you going to do about it? This can be love, business, your whole life. So there is something haunting you, and there's something in the shadows. There's something that's holding you back from change. You know what? Sometimes you gotta let somebody go. It is what it is. That's the only way you can have the greatest love of your life. Sometimes you gotta let a job go. That's the only way you get to the job that you want. Sometimes you gotta move. Sometimes it's all about the change. So what is it that's holding you back, and what is it that's haunting you? Two of Skulls. It's transformation and change. It's right at your door. It's right here, and it's right now. What are you going to do about it? And last but not least, you got the Six of Knives, that optimism, that if things are looking good, if you allow it to be, your mind and your spirit are meeting. There are times when our mind fights our spirit because we know what would really make us happy. And there are times when our spirit fights our mind. They are now meeting, and everything that you have wanted, that thing that you have wanted, it's right here and it's right now. Allow yourself to embrace it and to love it, because it is a gift and you have manifested it. This is what your magic has brought to you. Okay? Have an amazing week. I'm so glad to be back with my oracle card readings. Didn't do one last week because I had come from Vermont and my ass was tired. But I'm glad to be back with you. If you want your own reading, you can write me to schedule one at yolandashoshana@gmail.com. My website is yolandashoshana.com, and it's got all the awesome sauce and all the delicious stuff that I do and what's going on. And I always love to hear from you. So how can I best serve you? Let me know. And last but not least, I absolutely and positively love you. Namaste.